bet that feels weird. You're in the house, and now you got people in your old house.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's, we figured that was a better way to go, and set them up with a little bit more space, and they brought their dog, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Loud, I don't hear him.
Alright, I think it's time for me to buy a new modem. I think this one's had it. I gotta let it cool down and plug it back in, and now it's working great.
Captain Kirk.
Yeah, if it's overheating, there's an issue.
Yep.
What you say, Kirk? Kirk, what did you say over there?
It's a modem dive.
I've never had a modem overheat.
Well, I have, but the last one I bought like this took about 10 years for it to do it, and this one's about 10 years old now, so it's time to put it to rest, you know.
Is that a modem or a router?
Modem.
Modem.
Shit.
What's a modem, man?
That's a thing you hook up to a computer. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so you got your cable coming out of the wall, right? Well, that plugs into your modem, and the modem gives you all the internet. And then you got a router that gives you the Wi-Fi.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I think I got a router. I don't think I got a modem.
Now, wait a minute. If you got Wi-Fi, you got a router. You got a modem. You're going to have a modem before you can have Wi-Fi.
Now, Comcast and CenturyLink and a lot of the internet providers nowadays have your telephone, your TV and everything running through the internet. So your modem is your Wi-Fi router and your little phone box.
Where do you hook up the VHS at? That's what we really want to know.
All I care about is it gets my porno channel, and I'm happy.
Yeah, if you can get the U-porn on the phone.
You got a porno channel?
Yep, Sheeps R Us.
Y'all ain't from around here, are ya?
I'm a lifetime membership there.
That's some messed up stuff.
Where the men are lonely and the sheep are scared?
Yeah. Isn't that Montana?
Well, that's also Yelmtown.
No, it's called 4x6 fencing.
Oh, you mean farming?
4x6 fencing. Just the right size to get that sheep's head stuck in there. Trailer park.
Like the rubber boots?
No.
You get them back feet in the rubber boots and you're good to go?
You got some power in line. Even to the lady breaker and old Lola.
You guys are gross.
You gotta know what works.
Lola?
That's where the female prison is.
I thought that was pretty.
Oh, fuck. My bad.
Where is my freak dog?
But anyways, in my case, the modem is separate from the router, and the router is brand new.
Yeah, there you go. I know. I gotta switch a whole bunch of shit up coming up here, man. I gotta give myself an outdoor Wi-Fi extender so that I can do my cameras and whatnot. But yes, there is the main modem, and then I'm probably gonna have the router and probably a switcher. I'm gonna have to have a switch box as well, and then I can have some of the extended routers, the other ones, like that outdoor one that's going to be mounted above the house, the outdoor extended router there that's going to be giving me some Wi-Fi over a much broader range.
Well, I I do know a little bit about networking. Are you just going to one point with that Wi-Fi for the most part, or are you just like, so you don't have to run cable to it, or are you, trying to get Wi-Fi around the whole property?
I'm getting Wi-Fi around the whole property. I'm not going to use it as a repeater. I do not want to use it as a repeater. I'm going to use it, I'm going to hardwire it, and it's going to be a source of Wi-Fi for the entire area. Yes, there are going to be multiple other routers involved around the house, because I'm going to have hardwired computers as well as this hardwired Wi-Fi external. What is it? What do they call it? Shit. But yeah, it's a Wi-Fi extender, basically, that's going to be mounted on a pole on top of the house to give a much broader range that's going to be hardwired.
Gotcha. So if you're going that way, I highly recommend, and you don't even need the PoE injector, because I got that for you if you really need one. But get yourself a good PoE router, or access point, or whatever it's being sold as. But that's the way to go. If you were just trying to go in between like the box truck and the the house, I would say go to a point-to-point router system, because that you basically point the two at each other and they get a really good signal.
Right, yeah, and then you're doing just basically you're doing a repeater type action, which is what I'm trying to avoid. The box truck is being abandoned. I am abandoning my box truck. This is going to be no longer of any use to me other than a storage unit.
Gotcha. So that's definitely a good option. And like what I'm talking about is actually what they call a bridge, a Wi-Fi bridge, where like you're connecting a cable without a cable. But like what you're talking about is actually hardwiring an access point that's just outside for longer range.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
TP-Link, it's a good one for that. They have a couple options. Some of them aren't too spendy. Some are a little spendier, but they're really good routers.
Yeah, the one I'm looking at is like $128. It's a wide area network. It's God, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah. And you just look that shit up on Amazon, you'll find it. It's it has the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz, and you're going to be having your outdoor network Wi-Fi that's going to cover a pretty broad area, and that's kind of what I'm looking to do. I'm taking down what was the Dish Network dish, because this house when we moved in had Dish Network, and it had that dish up there above the roof of the house, and I'm just going to take that dish off, and I'm putting that Wi-Fi extender up there.
Yeah, 10. I recommend getting it, over as many obstacles as possible, so you have like line of sight as much as possible. But yeah, that's pretty much where I had mine at my lake house, was on an old Dish Network thing. I just had the Wi-Fi router stuck to it, so I had it all the way down to the lake.
Yep, that's what I'm looking at doing. It's going to be up above the roof of the house, so it's just going to look downhill in either direction from the top of the house, and should cover a pretty good area.
I mean, under normal circumstances, you're limited to like 300 feet. Or 380 something feet. But with line of sight, you can push that a little bit. It's just not gonna, you don't get that solid signal past like 380 feet.
Yeah, that'll be more than enough.
You get like, it's the same thing with network cable. It has something to do with you start getting a ton of packet loss after that to where it's no good.
Yeah, I mean, if I get, 300 feet in all directions, I'm going to be a happy camper because that's all I'm really going to need. I just need to cover just the immediate vicinity, and that way I can have my Wi-Fi cameras outdoors, fully covered, and yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I have a repeater outdoors it's just for the cameras. And actually, believe it or not, it's one of my PTZ cameras that came with my system. They act as like an auto repeater. So I technically got two, because I got one in the front and one in the back.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm just trying to avoid the repeater thing. I don't need the repeater thing. I just want something that's just going to be direct wire access. Basically, it's just going to be, I'm going to run a hard wire to it, and then it's just going to, encompass the area basically. So it's just going to be a hardwired Wi-Fi access.
Yeah, I mean, I will admit that's probably the best way to go. The repeater, there is a little bit of a delay, and I've found using the repeater function, you get the extra range for the cameras farther out, but it interferes with anything that's really close to it. So, it's kind of a nice feature, but it's not as good as doing it straight one way.
Yeah, that's what the conclusion I've came to anyway is we're just gonna run that thing as a, hardwired Wi-Fi outdoor access, to cover a broader range. I figure that's the best way to go from what I've been looking at, and that's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna set that thing up, and then we're gonna set up a few cameras. They're gonna cover a little bit more pertinent areas, as I should say, so that, I have good coverage.
Yeah, Tin. And there's a couple of them on, like, Amazon and stuff, and I think Best Buy has a few of them, too. But, yeah, I highly recommend the TP-Link ones. I've seen those don't leak very well, so they stay pretty well sealed up throughout their entire lifetime, and they takes a long time to burn one of those things up. And there's another one I don't know if it's Wavelink or whatever, something like that. Those aren't too spendy, and they're really good too.
Wavelink. I think that's the Wi-Fi extender that I'm looking at is the Wavelink.
Yeah, and TP-Link makes one like almost identical to it. And they make one that's cheaper too. That, to be honest with you, I mean, I don't know if you need all four of the antennas. I mean, I suppose you could go horizontal and vertical at the same time with that option. But as far as I can tell, 2 of them are 5 gigahertz and 2 of them are 2.4 gigahertz. And 2 of them are used mostly for the repeater function that they all do. But you're not going to be using that. So, like, the cheaper TP-Link one has the 2 antennas, but it also has both bands and the repeater function you're not going to use. But you can still do what you're doing with it.
Right, yeah, that's exactly it. 2 of the antennas are for 2.4, the other 2 are for 5 gig. Whichever one you're going to use. And yeah, I've been doing a little research on that, but yeah, I think the one I'm looking at is the Wavelink for like $128, and that's the one I'm probably going to go with. And been watching some videos online on how to set that all up and get that thing, functional and working and whatnot. So that's probably the route I'm going to go is with that.
For sure. Well, that's a good one. But yeah, that's at least you're looking at the right, like one of the right ones.
Yeah. I've been doing a little research, looking at, TP-Link, and there's some others in there too, and the Wavelink. But I think that I like the Wavelink. That one looks pretty good. It's all set up to run your hardwire to it and keep it waterproof and and set up outdoors, which is good because I'm going to set that up, off the top eaves of the crest of the house, and that's going to be set up there. And that's going pretty well from there. I should be able to cover most of the property with that.
I appreciate the good looking, man.
Well, a lot of my friends recommend that one too, so I don't think you'll go wrong with it.
Yellow jacket.
Excellent. Yep. Anyway, I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta go to bed. You guys have a good night, and I'll catch you next evening there, Al.
Parkway.
Yep.
Slammed. Good evening.
Night, Inspector.
Good night.
Right on. I got in there in the big boys. Awesome.
That's all I'm doing right.
You know, I was listening to you, Zodiac, on 45 Kilos stream. You're almost as loud as me over there.
Oh, no.
Say them mosquitoes.
You're going to get me in trouble.
I'm sitting in the swing, say them mosquitoes.
That wasn't my intention, but, you know, you have most of the control of that now. I can't force you to key that thing.
No, we're good. I'm laughing, sorry. Gotta find the humor in life, right?
Oh, for sure.
I wasn't drinking anything when you said that to me, because I probably would have spit it across the table and have a lot of stuff out here right now.
But yeah, that was the first time I actually got a chance to listen to you on a station far out. And yeah, I think we've done good.
Good deal. That's a good report. That's all it's been, ever since you left.
Plate modulate.
Hey, we're doing the best we can. We're standing by. We didn't mean to interrupt, Kilo.
A plate, a little bit of weight. Now you know what I'm talking about when I say that. A whole lot of plate, a little bit of weight.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Take care, jacket, I've got down.
You should make money helping people set up stations.
Right back at you, Cap. Hey, Captain Kurt, I'm just...
I can rhyme too. A whole lot of glass will get you some ass.
Bit of weight. Hello, Captain Kurt, I'm quiet. Oh, yeah. I'm too light to fight. Hey, Dodge, I'm too light to fight, man. I'm just throwing a lot of audio out there. A little bit of weight and a whole lot of plate. Hello, Dodge. Dunk with the good evening wave is quiet. Slam dunk, range runner waving your way back.
See, the thing is, if you want to have that kind of class, you got to get the glass.
I want my police like that. Hey, Jackie, look at this. Let me get my knees in the breeze, man. This cat can talking about that. He got some weight and a whole lot of play. Take care, Jackie. I'm on the quiet. I appreciate it, Dodge. Hey, Dodge, I never turned down a plate, man. Hey, Dodge, I weigh about 240, and I stand about 6 pounds. And I never turned down a plate, man. It's probably cheaper to feed me. I mean, it's probably cheaper to put clothes on me than to feed me. Hey, Dodge, I'm going to keep you in mind on that. I never turned a plate down there, folks.
guess the big man's gotta eat.
Yeah, okay, Doug, I appreciate what you be cooking. Now, you know, I am a little picky on what I eat, man. But, you know, I'd like to know what you be cooking over there and how you be cooking it there, both there.
Oh, Doc's been drinking the Kool-Aid.
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
He just likes to stir the pot.
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah, what you talking about, CB? You must be talking about CB equipment, man. I don't think you can compete with me on that level, man. I'm talking about barbecuing or cooking something in the kitchen, switching it.
No, that was funny.
But I like the part about the barbecuing. Compete with me, man.
He's like, I'm talking about barbecue, man. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Eating, man, a barbecue.
He's talking about eating, man.
Oh, I consider myself.
Now he's making me hungry.
I'm one of the best barbecues you ever meet. But
Damn it.
hey, we must be on a different level right now. Hey, Doc, are you talking about?
Slam's already got me wanting some barbecue.
There you go. I'm hungry. I've been hungry all day. I even ate dinner. I'm still hungry.
I'm trying to figure it out and find out. hey, Jagged, I'm gonna keep that guy man on the tune, man, right about now, man. Because he's talking about some CB shit, man. He don't know what the hell who he fucking with. But I hope he's talking about a brisket there, folks. Yeah.
Oops.
Talking about a big old brisket. Hey, Slam. Oh, God, man. God, man, slow down with that brisket, man. That's probably before we can cook a killer.
All right, static's going down.
What's the dead key all about?
Yeah, we got a dead key.
I ain't got no dead key over here, ATP.
It's kind of messing with Slam's signal over here in my thing. Like, I can hear, every time Slam keys up, I can hear there's a dead key under him.
Come to eat, man. I'll be the first man with a plate at the table, standing in front of the food, man. But I'm trying to figure out.
If it's there, it's like 2 or 3 S units, and he's had me about almost 8.
Yeah, I mean, same here. He's hitting me higher than that, but, like, I can hear it's riding his carrier in to my receive, you know?
Yeah, my meter's stingy. It's hard to tell exactly what his signal is perfectly, but yeah, it's over 8 for sure. So, but the lower one that I see when he's not talking, it's definitely there, even though he was still keyed up. You could see it.
Well, with my preamp on, my static level is at 9. With it off, like, he's probably hitting me at like 8. You know, but there's a carrier floating in with him.
Roger.
Now that time Jackie to take me out.
Well, he's covering it up.
5 channels down.
He's using it to get out.
I'm waving there, Slam. Don't get even. Right back there. That can't be keyed up, man. I heard him on my mobile, and it ain't even on there, folks.
Hey, I'm glad we could clear that up there for you, Slam.
Yeah, folks, yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh, that's funny. I know what happened.
I'm on 45.
Catch that out?
No.
I think Kilo just transmitted a broadcast for Slam.
So,
Oh.
Slam done.
He wasn't even on the radio. He says, I'm not even near it.
Somewhere down that direction. Where's that at again?
I'm not sure, but that'd be pretty funny if that's what he did.
Leave it there, Mickey T.
You are now live.
Hey, back, Mick. Mick T. Good evening.
Go ahead, talk through your phone and tell them what you really think.
Wait a minute. 333 Rocket with the big wave. copy that. You said you're either between Forest Grove and like foothills. I thought you're further out.
Yeah, it's about Can you hear 333, Big Al?
Oh, he hits me good too.
Can you hear 333?
Not when you're keying up.
Sorry.
333.
Never know if I don't ask.
Oh, okay. We're gonna run